It's actually water.
Oh, it's not
So
coffee.
it's not coffee.
No,
So it
that's
should
okay.
be. Well,
Mine's water too,
yeah.
so that's okay.
So I had to buy Hannah one of those Owalas.
I saw it. Oh, wait a minute. I think she told me she bought it with her money.
She lied like a dog.
Maybe she didn't say that then.
She
I
was
don't want to accuse her of lying.
No, I'm sure she 100% did because she told Carrie that, look what I bought, Mom. And I was like, who bought? And she's like, I bought. And I'm like, okay, well, technically Dad bought it.
So it was your money, but she bought it with your money.
Purchase
right.
Amazon.
So technically she didn't lie because she did.
Oh, you know what? No. I take it back. She didn't click purchase. I did.
Oh, okay.
So she picked it out.
Hannah, if you're watching this, I'm sorry.
And then because she was supposed to give me the money for it, but she never did. And so then I was sick of her whining.
Yeah.
And so then I was just like, fine, just put it in the cart and I will buy it.
Yeah.
And so so now she's gonna look at the one.
I love it. I love this. Oh, it's my favorite.
They do have one that's a stormtrooper, Star Wars stormtrooper. I want it.
I haven't seen that.
But it's small. It's only like 24 ounces. I need more.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, I know. Well, okay, let's get started. Welcome to Lunch Break, everybody. Good to see you today.
So, Walla commercial brought to you by
Walla. So, it used to be Celsius.
It was Celsius. But
I have had my Celsius today.
Well, I was going to ask. I haven't seen one in a while.
I've switched. Are
you
more water? But
trying to
But I'm still drinking the Celsius. I'm doing myself.
Trying to cut yourself off, too many.
I can't.
Getting the jitters.
Just trying to, be conservative with my caffeine intake. Okay, just doing the best I can.
Hey, they say caffeine is actually good for you. Like 2 cups of coffee a day, which is however much caffeine, actually staves off dementia, supposedly.
I think you could probably find a study for everything that we eat or drink that says that it's good for you. Somebody somewhere says that everything we eat or drink is good for us.
I'm down. Like, I'm in. Cake. Here's a study that says cake is good for you. I'm sure
sugar. You got sugar or something. Yeah.
Let's do it. I'm going to find it. Next week on Lunch Break, I will find one that says cake is good.
Oh, my goodness. Well, today we're not in the worship center like we were before. It's so nice. We are in our new-ish studio.
And like we're changing things up.
I like it.
Like I wish I had known though, because my shirt kind of blends in.
It does.
Like I almost feel like am I like a floating head on the screen?
I mean,
it's like it's a green screen. Like ooh, look. You're not really.
I don't know.
Yeah,
maybe.
Yeah,
it's not ideal.
I'll have to remember.
It's okay.
I'll remember for next time that I can't wear
blue.
Yeah, I can't wear.
Because if you'd sat here, it might have clashed with the chair too. But we have such nice furniture in here now.
Thank you to Ryan. Thank you for buying the nice, lovely couches, chairs. I feel so like highbrow.
I know.
I feel like
and professional.
I know, it's really nice. I'm like, yeah, that's pretty good.
Got a set.
Remember how we started? Do you remember how Lunch Break started? Like,
was it COVID?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, we started it during COVID. But I think it was like iPhones. I think we used iPhones or something.
I don't remember. I don't even know if I was on staff. I wasn't on staff.
I don't think you might not have been. But it was like super sketchy. Like, I mean, it was just like
did the best you could with what you had.
That's what it was, But now, like, we got logos.
I know. Keep upping the standard.
I'm pretty excited. It's pretty fun.
I know. We have more room for people to sit, but anyway, it's pretty great. So thanks to Ryan for working on all that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I want to know. So can I steal the?
Yes, absolutely.
How's the class? You're doing a class on parenting. You and Christian are doing a class on parenting.
We are.
I don't get to take it, obviously, because I'm teaching something else.
Right.
So you got to fill me in. Like, what did you talk about the first week? Mm-hmm. Like, what else are you going to talk about other weeks? Like, I want to know more.
So
everyone wants to know more.
So we like I said in the last lunch break when we talked about, I don't want to say that we are teaching any kind of parenting class because we are still learning. We are still figuring things out as well. We are leading a discussion about parenting, but it's not solely focused on how to parent. It is entitled Parenting Together.
Right.
So is a lot about discussing with your spouse, okay, what are the main character traits that we want to instill in our kids? And
total obedience first time. Is that one of the can that be a character trait?
Obedience absolutely can be. It can be.
I should
but also
we're gonna make Carrie go to this class.
But also to talk about like which one do you see each of your children struggling with the most?
total
which one are
obedience.
you going to have to double down? Because it's different. It's different for
That is
different
true.
kids.
Every kid is totally different.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
And like what?
It's
Honesty.
Yep.
And, perseverance and pride.
What if your kids struggle with all of them?
Well, that, we can talk about that.
Can I offload my children to you?
No, please. I'm
well,
dealing with
Christian
my
and
own
Meredith, they're
today.
experts. And
No,
so
we are not. No,
no,
you are perpetuating a lie. It is not true.
I love my kids, by the way. They are great
I
kids.
Do too.
They are really great kids. I know, but but still.
So it's a lot of facilitating conversations with your spouse. Okay,
Okay.
What is important to us, and how are we going to work on it together?
Okay.
So it's a lot of those types. So this first class was about the character traits that you want to make sure you're instilling.
Faithfulness,
whatever it is.
Okay.
Whatever it is.
Oh, so it's like the couple kind of figures out what are the high values for them.
Right. We kind of talk about for each family what is it, and it's based on a curriculum that's in Right Now Media. So we watch a couple. I actually The leader's name is Karen Stubbs, and she has this group called Birds on a Wire, and it's just about moms and how they are kind of balancing on this delicate branch, trying to balance everything in their lives. And I heard her speak at a conference years ago, and just really enjoyed it. And so when I found her content on Right Now Media, she's doing this with her husband. And so they're sitting in their living room and they're chatting just about, their kids and what happened and how they handle things, because they have 4 grown children.
Okay.
And so this first week was them talking about what character traits were important for them to instill in each of their children and how they did that. Yeah. And then we talked about that, as a group. And then this next one is about communication with your partner.
Okay.
So it's not as much about parenting with the kids, but this one specifically is a little more about how to communicate with your partner about the kids.
Well, because and the reality is, and I can say this as a dad, and you know this to be true as well. If I don't communicate clearly with Carrie,
right,
there's no good parenting happening.
Right.
It just doesn't happen. Like communication between me and Carrie is just, it's probably more important than discipline or boundaries or structures or anything. Those are all
the health of your marriage.
Yeah.
Affects your parenting.
For sure.
So that's the second week. The third week's discipline. I think the fourth week is communication with your kids. And then I can't remember the fifth week. Sorry.
I'd skip that one. I don't care about communicating with my kids.
How to best communicate with each of your kids.
Maybe anyway. I really need to take this course.
It's something we all need to sit through. So Christian and I are going to have to sit down. We've already started talking about it.
So, So have you had to have some of those come to Jesus moments with Christian going, look, we're about to teach on this, and
not so much that, but more of, oh man, we really messed up in this area. Some of it we're already seeing where we have just messed up, and just so excited to be able to get to know some of the couples in the church better, because we are having to talk about these things that are hard.
Yes,
sure. And as parents, we all screw up. And even
1,000%.
These parents that are in this class that have younger ones, they've already screwed up. We all have, And so being able to talk about, here's what I did wrong, so that maybe you don't, have make the same mistake. Here's what we did correctly. Maybe you could try this if other things are not working, and sharing that together.
Well, I think even just discussing in the church that every kid is different.
Yeah.
And so that you may not have made a mistake.
Mm-hmm.
Your kid's just wired different.
True. That's
we have that conversation at my house all the time because all 4 of my kids are radically different.
Absolutely.
Wildly different. And all 3 of your kids are wildly different. Same genetics, same parenting, same everything. But that's just how they are.
Right.
And there's all kinds, especially for moms. Mm-hmm. The mom guilt thing is, oh my goodness, it's unbelievable.
It's real.
And I have that conversation with people all the time of my kid is this and they're not this, and where did I mess up? You know what?
Right.
There may not be any mess up at all. It may just be a different road, a different path that God has lined out for that child.
That's true.
And
that'll be part of their testimony.
Yeah, it is. Mm-hmm. And it's just, but that's hard.
It is.
That's really tough. So I'm glad you're talking about.
So it's
all
communication with your spouse, but actually we're all getting to know each other better as well.
That's really cool.
And working together.
That's
to be better.
That's exciting.
So yeah,
like that's
enjoying it.
Yeah.
It's good.
Oh, that's gonna be so good.
It's good. Well, tell us a little bit about your class then, because you're teaching a class too.
Yeah. And well, of course, I love to teach, so it's fun for me. But I'm kind of jealous of your class. Like I wish I could be like. So
same. I wanted to be in your heaven and hell class, and I was working with the students.
Working with students.
Yeah.
So I'm teaching on what the Bible says about other religions.
Okay.
Which one is, and really what it is, it's not so much about like here's what these other religions believe. It's not a comparative religion class, and so that's kind of what I've been trying to tell people is that it's not a okay, let's look at everything that Muslims believe in their history and the merits. Okay, great. Have a nice day. We'll see you next week. Which is what comparative religion in a university or a high school or whatever would be. This is the first week. So yesterday we started with here's the plumb line of Christianity. So like when you're doing construction, a plumb line is the weight on the end of a string that tells you what is straight and vertical, right? And so you create that plumb line. And so Christianity is that line for us. And then we're going to start looking at next week, okay, well, how does Islam stack up against Christianity? Where do they differ? Where do they and really it breaks down every other religion outside of Christianity. It breaks down in a couple of key areas, scripture and what it breaks down in salvation, how are you saved, breaks down around Jesus, who is Jesus and what role does he play. So those are kind of the biggest breakdown points. Like Islam, Jesus is a prophet, but he is not the ultimate final best prophet. He's definitely not divine. He's not God. He is not the way to salvation. Salvation is not by grace through faith. The Bible is good, but it's not the Quran. And so it's going to be that kind of stuff all the way through. It's 5 weeks long.
Yeah.
And so we're going to talk about, Islam. We're going to kind of smush most of the Eastern religions together. So Buddhism, Hinduism, those are the two biggies. We're going to talk about just spirituality, which is huge in our world right now.
Yes, absolutely. Not religious, but I'm spiritual.
Correct. And so we're going to talk about that and how does that stack up?
Right.
And what does that mean? And then we're going to talk about what I call pseudo-Christianity. Okay. So then the two biggest ones are Mormons and Jehovah's Witnesses. They'd say, if you talk to a Mormon, are you a Christian? Absolutely.
Absolutely, yeah.
But when you stack what Mormons believe up against that plumb line, it's wildly different.
Right.
Even though they use the exact same language.
Right.
They talk about Jesus and they talk about being saved by faith. They talk about, the Bible, Old Testament and New Testament and all this kind. And so, so we're going to talk about those. So should be interesting.
Yeah. And anybody can jump in at any time.
Oh, yeah.
Same for our class too. Anybody can jump in.
Correct. As with all, with all of Stacy's class, Ryan's class.
Absolutely.
And we're intentionally trying to do it where it's not this, okay, if you miss out on the first week, you can't ever come back.
Exactly.
Right. And so that's kind of the point. So, I always do first 10 minutes is like recap.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah. That's good.
So should we, hopefully it's good. I don't know. So after the heaven and hell class, I was like, if I ever teach this one again, here's 28 things I'll do different.
Exactly.
So I've never taught in a church setting a class like this on the other religions. I'm sure I'll have dozens and dozens of things if I were to ever teach it again that I'd do different.
Right. Well, and people ask questions that you wouldn't have thought that you
100%.
needed to answer. But then, because everybody brings a different perspective, a different background to the classes. And that's what I love about these classes is that they are discussion based. Like we are going to, you're teaching, but there's going to be discussion, and questions that,
I just wish I could teach in a different room. It's hard teaching and having discussion in the worship center.
Yeah, I know.
So,
but your class is so popular, Jay. That's where we're gonna have it. So, well,
it's just because I do controversial things.
I know that's true.
It's really what it is. Heaven and hell is kind of controversial. This is a little, probably not this one as much, but I almost did one on politics.
Oh,
right. I know, and that's why I didn't. So.
Yeah.
What does the Bible say about politics? I almost did it, but
I'm
not brave enough.
I was about to say you just would have to be ready for that.
Well, I think it's like if I ever was like, you know what, I want to get fired. Yeah, I'm gonna teach on politics, and then the elders will have no choice. If I ever get to that place,
you go. Okay.
then maybe that's what I'll do.
Okay.
So if I ever teach that class, that may be writing on the wall. I guess I don't know.
Okay.
Because I'll make everybody mad if on both sides of the aisle.
Yeah.
It's so bad.
Oh yeah. Well, you can't.
And I will
talk
love
about
every
politics
minute
without
of that.
making
I
people
know.
mad, so
I don't know.
Maybe that's part of the fun.
Well, but I'm sure my parents probably did something wrong in my upbringing. They should have taken your class because now I have this thing within me that's just like, if I can bug people.
You want to stir the pot?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
enjoy.
It's biological. It feels like. I'm sure it's not, but it's bad. Some days are worse than others. I was that kid all through high school, middle school, high school, college, probably even elementary school, where I would just ask those questions that I'm sure every teacher I had was like, oh, man.
Yeah.
I got him in my class. Can I trade him with somebody, with some other teacher? Because I was that kid. I was so bad.
Well, I was a rule follower in case you couldn't have guessed that.
I am not shocked by that.
In case you couldn't have guessed that. Yeah. So
Christian was too, wasn't he?
Yes, you would think he was the class clown, but he was not. He was very much a rule follower, but both of his parents were in the school system and at the school where he was, so he just kind of have a choice. Yeah,
that's true. That's fair. Yeah, because I would not have pegged him as a rule follower.
I know. Same. But he...
Probably what makes him a great projte manager, engineer.
That's true.
Yeah, that's true. Okay.
That's true. So, well, tell us a little bit about what's coming up on Sunday.
So Sunday, we're going to cover another giant chunk of scripture. We're going to go from Samuel, who was the last of the judges, the last great judge, all the way through Solomon. Mm-hmm. So it's 1st and 2nd Samuel and half of 1st Kings.
Okay.
And it's going to be interesting. We're mostly going to be talking about just this drive within the people of Israel that's also within us to be like everybody else. Because, God set up the nation of Israel and he said, okay, here's all these rules. This is the way to have a beautiful life. This is what the law is all about. And they wouldn't follow it and they got into that spiral, that cycle of sin and that spiral. And then they get to this place where we're tired of doing it God's way. We want to be like everybody else. And so God said, fine, we'll create this monarchy, but the king has to be different. The king of Israel, and we'll talk some about this on Sunday about in that culture, kings were absolute monarchs.
Right.
Which means they had no boundaries, no rules. There was no morality ascribed to the king. Literally could do absolutely anything he wanted, and no one could say anything about it at all, ever. But when God instituted the monarchy in Israel, he said, okay, we're going to have this king who is this political leader, but he is submissive to the prophet and the priest. And they had this basically separation of powers like we have in our they had checks and balances. So the king could never be more than he couldn't be like everybody else, basically, because God was ultimately the sovereign and control. And so you see it in David. David sins. He does what everybody else does. And no one questioned him. No one challenged him, because in that culture, king could take anybody he wanted as a wife and kill anybody he wanted. Nobody. But Nathan the prophet comes along and says, who do you think you are? And now here's the punishment, right? So it shows, David was submissive, and that's how the king was supposed to be. Saul wasn't. That's why he was removed from the kingship. Solomon wasn't. He started out great, but he wasn't. And then it spiraled, and so that's kind of the gist of what we're really talking about. Yeah. It's going to, it's always hard. I like to go kind of verse by verse, little bit by little bit.
Yeah, you do.
And to do a whole big chunk, it's hard.
Yeah.
Because I'm always like, there's 300 sermons right here. Oh my gosh. So but it's fine. It's a good
great job.
It's fun.
I did miss last week, but I did watch it.
How are you feeling, by the way? Are you feeling?
Yeah, I'm feeling better. It's this flu, man. It's rough.
That's twice for you.
I know. I don't even remember the last time I had the flu.
Is there a flu C? Because you had flu A and flu B.
Let's not go down the alphabet, please.
Okay, fair.
Makes me want to cough. Sorry, now I have a cough. But
good thing you have an old wallet.
You brought it up. But anyway, I'm feeling better. But I won't be here this week either, because we're traveling.
I know.
So it's 2 weeks in a row. I hate that. I don't usually miss 2 weeks in a row, but it'll be this week. And Kevin Hyde's
okay, I was going to say, who's going to, because I'm
Kevin's
not very good at it.
Oh, you did fine. You did great. Fine,
well,
great.
fine. Maybe fine. It's maybe fine, but yeah.
So Kevin's going to do it.
Kevin will do it.
Yeah, it's been a while, and he's always game for whatever we ask him to do because he's Kevin. He's great at that.
He's Kevin.
So
that's right. Absolutely. So I love it.
He always does a great job. So
super fun.
Yeah. But
cool.
Yeah, I hate to miss it, but thanks for letting us know what we're going to be talking about.
We should
do? Give us a little sneak peek.
We need to do another pastor's roundtable.
Okay, we'll get that on the schedule.
We haven't done one of those in a while.
We haven't.
Those were super good.
Yeah.
So I think we should do that.
We'll do it.
Ryan would do it.
Yeah.
Although he may be so exhausted after having to teach his class. I should ask him.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I'll see what I can do.
I'm making him do a lot.
I'll see what I
feel kind of bad.
He's just so good at things.
He is. That's fair. That's true.
He's just so good at things.
He's a 5 talent person. The biblical talents. There's one that got 1, one that got 2, one that got 5. So he's got so much more is expected of Ryan.
Absolutely.
What else can we make him do? We should come up with something.
I mean,
you know what?
What?
So the painting here in the studio. He talked his dad into. I think we should make Ryan do it.
Think Ryan
not his dad. I think. I think that's fair.
Mean, he doesn't have enough to do right now, so
I know.
Let's ask him. So he's behind the camera going.
That's totally why I'm picking on him. He's like, oh my gosh.
I know.
So yeah.
We'll see. I'm sure we can come up with some things. All right.
We won't do that. We won't do that to poor Ryan.
No, we won't. But all right. Well, thanks for being here today.
Awesome.
Yep. And thanks for watching Lunch Break, and we'll see you next week.